Hamstrings, Ryan here, Focus Human Performance, in here in the most exclusive training center on the East Coast, also known as my garage. Hey, we all know that speed kills, right? There's not a sport coach out there that doesn't want their athletes to get faster. We also know that speed sells. Hey, I've been talking to you guys for a long time now about show these sport coaches something a little bit different than they're currently seeing. They go to these conferences, they go to the night clinics, they travel all over, and they want that little nugget that they're going to get that's going to dramatically change their entire program. We as performance coaches, we're the same way. We flood these conferences to listen to the gurus talk about these different movements and these magic programs and getting stronger and whatnot. And it all boils down to make things just a little bit simpler, a little bit easier, and just a little bit different. You know, you got to change your approach to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one way that you can go into a sport coach and say, hey coach, I'm going to give you a couple exercises here using your current equipment that you probably already have. If you don't have it, it's very inexpensive. You get a lot of bang for your buck out of this. We're going to develop speed, make some bulletproof hamstrings for your athletes. Here's how easy it is. And I apologize, I'm a single person camera crew here, so my head's going to be chopped off, but here's what we have. I got my power rack right here, my Legend Fitness power rack, and all I'm using is some simple jump stretch bands. I've got some green ones right here, and I have some purples, some light and some averages. And whenever I bought my rack from Legend to outfit my home gym here, I got the band pegs on the bottom and the band pegs on the top. Now these from Legends are actually welded in, which are okay. You don't have to have these, and I'm going to show you a little bit how to make a modification if you don't. If you do have the band pegs, great. All I'm doing is I'm taking a jump stretch band, looping it around the bottom side right here on both of them, okay, both sides. I'm going to set up, I'm going to do a pull or a stretch deadlift with a jump stretch band. So I can have any hip width that I want, any foot width. So I can go hip width, I can go shoulder width, I can go sumo with this bigger rack, I can go two hands over, I can go over under, I can go double hand under for more of my traps that way. It doesn't matter. It's a bulletproof movement because as I'm in this position, I'm at the bottom, there's no tension. I can set up perfect right here. Even if I come off the ground a little bit, there's still not that much tension. This is where my back would be at the most jeopardy for these young kids right here. So I have my grip, good pulling position. My feet are set up right across the arch of my foot. All right, set my feet, set my back, set my grip. Pull those hips forward, squeezing that butt. Push back, pull the hips forward. Now, like I said, you can make any modification if you want. You go a little bit wider, go index fingers together, sit deep for the sumo, pull the hips forward. Push back, pull the hips forward. All right? Now, let's say you've got an advanced athlete and this isn't heavy enough, simple enough. All you got to do is just keep adding the straps to it. So I take another band on top, I take purple, put it on top, and again, these just simply stack. I have my same pulls here, pull the hips in, go from the RDL, go a little deeper from the floor, get a little knee bend involved with that. Now, here's your sell to the coach. Coach is going to say, that's great, but I can't tie up my power rack for one movement for one athlete. That's no problem. We can set up multiple stations of this in the rack, on the floor. You got to be creative. You can put an end of a post in between the power racks. What you can do here, so you don't have to keep changing the bands if you've got different levels of athletes, different strength levels, is maybe I have this one set up permanent with the green and the purple, and I have this one step back just for my purple, pulling the hips right here for a true beginner, okay? Now, you're saying that's awesome, Ryan, but I don't have the permanent band pegs at the bottom. Everybody on your power rack is going to have some type of contraption here. Safety bars, I call them bailout bars. You're going to have a bailout bar. You have this rod and pin style, or you have the drop-in style. All you have to do is take your pin all the way out, and then put your band through the pin right here, okay? So now I have the band in the middle on both sides, coming straight across. Now obviously, this is a hell of a lot higher, but that's fine because you're going to have a box. I wouldn't really use a bench because a bench would be too soft. You can take your bumper pads, put two 45s underneath and stack that up, and you have basically the same exact movement. Different hamstring movement, low back, glutes, and hamstrings for that speed that coach is looking for. And it's not foolproof, but it's basically as foolproof as you can get. So imagine I have my bumper plates or my 6-inch, my 12-inch box. I'm standing on the box, my feet are here up high, and I've got the same pulling motion through the top. That would be if I was going to go from a true double leg deadlift style or unilateral style. Okay? If I switch this out, one of the things that we're experimenting with here is taking this to more of a single leg motion as well. So this band is a new one. It's pretty tight. So I can go here from a base. I go left foot, right hand. I've got my tower to support me. And again, single leg reach, pull the hip. Single leg reach, pull the hip. Single leg reach, pull the hip. There's a lot of different styles you can go from there. We like to go with a reach, and I'm saying reach. The bottom foot reaches to the ceiling. That way I get that stretch all the way to the low hamstring. Behind the knee, I get the full length of the hamstring. You can also go two hands on one band, single leg. So I get my setup, pull the hip through, drive, pull the hip through, drive, pull the hip through. So right there, hopefully, I'm jogging your brain a little bit. Show the sport coaches something a little bit different that makes their life easier, gives them bang for their buck, and broadens them a little bit. Show them those secret bullets, something that they think that they're not going to see from their competition or can help them out in the weight room. I hope this helps. I'll talk to you soon.